Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Rescue Me. I am Natalie Herbeck and we've had so many dogs come on this show to share with you. They all have a different story, they all have their own background, but there's all one final mission and goal here, and that is to get them into the best hands moving forward and give them that forever home. So today I have Pam Allarine joining us from the Rescue Inn, and I'm so grateful that you are here today. And you brought with you 3 amazing dogs. Thank you for being here.
And thank you for inviting us. It's so important for us to get our story out to everybody, and so important that you're involved with us. So thank you, thank you.
It is our pleasure. I know you're rescue based.
Yes.
How many years have you been in business?
We've been in business 12 years now, and we've rescued almost 1,800 dogs so far.
Wow.
Yeah, but the amazing thing is last year alone, we did almost 180. But this year in 2 months, we've done almost 50 dogs.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
It all is thanks to the fosters,
Yes.
right?
Without
because
a
it's a
foster,
foster base.
Yes.
How many fosters do you have right now?
I couldn't even tell you. We keep adding fosters, which is great. And we're always looking for more and more. If anybody's ever interested, and especially if they want to deal with breeding mamas, we've got a couple that are coming in, so we need somebody very special to take them. But we also need not only fosters, but volunteers, because we do a lot of events, fundraising, because we come up with all the money. It's all donors, so we're always running fundraising events, so we need people to do that. Or like we have a volunteer here today to just bring the dogs. So we always just need volunteers plus fosters.
Wow. And these animals, when they're coming into you, are they coming in? They're not normally coming in as strays then, I'm guessing. They are coming from somewhere else.
Yes. Either their owner surrenders, and many times it's other, like friends of Cleveland Kennel will call us and say, we've got this dog that's not doing well, can you put into foster? We also deal with people down in Holmes County. We also do puppy mill rescue. We've done stuff from Wayne County. One of the dogs here is going to be, you'll learn about, he's a cruelty case from Crawford County. So we get them all over. Sometimes an owner will pass away or has to go into assisted living, so their family will call and say, can you please take this dog, and they're seniors. Sometimes it's just medical, because that whoever has the dog can't afford it anymore because there's such high cost, and we'll always take a dog like that in as long as we have a foster.
Wow. Now, there's a couple of things you brought up. There's so many wonderful reasons why you bring these dogs in, and I shouldn't say wonderful in the sense of it's wonderful what you're doing. It's horrible that they're left in certain conditions. Puppy mills.
Yes.
I'm happy to hear that there's some kind of connection, that
Yes.
the flow, that these animals who are no longer wanted in puppy
Right.
mills are not just going to be put down, that they're pulled. That's a wonderful funnel into the right hands.
Because 2 of them today that we have here was breeding dogs. And once they can't breed anymore, they're of no use to the breeder. So they will reach out to us, so at least we can take the dogs. Or many times they have some medical issues. One of the dogs I adopted had mange, couldn't breathe properly, had respiratory infections, couldn't stand up properly. In fact, he's had to have 2 ACL surgeries since we got him. So we'll take those dogs in and then see if we can get them adopted, because they can't be sold because they have too many medical issues.
And how does that work then? If someone's adopting a dog, they would adopt the dog along with potential medical issues that come with it. I mean, is there any surgeries or anything that's done while they're in foster care?
Yeah, if we know of something going on, if we know there's something, we will not adopt the dog out until we medically approve them. In fact, one of the dogs that is here today, we've had for a few months now, and we're still getting to the bottom of what is wrong with her. And she has not been put up for adoption yet. So until we find out what her course of action will be and how we can make her stabilize, we will not put her up for adoption. If a dog has to be spayed ahead of time or hasn't been neutered, we will take care of that. They're all up to date on shots when they leave us. So we take care of all that before they go to the eventual adopter.
Well, and so that you know when the dog is ready to go in your hands, they're at their fullest potential to be that new love of your life that you cannot wait to just welcome into your home. So I say we introduce the dog, shall we? We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll introduce you to one of 3 adorable dogs that definitely are waiting for you. Welcome back, everyone. So Kristen has been added along with Cookie here. I do not have any cookies for you, Cookie. I'm so sorry, but Kristen, I want to give her a shout out because you were one of the founders of this wonderful organization. So thank you so much for bringing Cookie in. Cookie's story, Pam, is one that hurts my heart just to hear. How many years was this dog living outside on a chain?
8 years. 8 years in a makeshift, only 3-sided with doghouse, if you want to even call it that. There was all urine, because it was wood. There was all urine on the base of it, feces. He had water bowl that was filthy dirty or turned over, and nobody could do anything until the laws were strengthened because they knew that he was out there. And then finally, once they got the laws made tougher, they had to make several visits to see whether or not the owner would rectify the situation. And then finally, they were able to grab him. And he's been with another rescue group for about 2 years with no interest. And that's when they reached out to the Rescue Inn in Kristen and said, hey, can you help our Cookie monster? And he's not a monster. He's the sweetie.
Oh, and how
he's such a
deserving of
sweet, yes.
being able to go outside, play in the grass, but then come back in with a family that loves him. Now, what kind of home, given his circumstances,
Yes.
what kind of home do we think he'd be best suited in?
He'd probably be best with no children. Maybe even, he might be good with other dogs, but even just a single family dog, either one. But he's good because he's been great. He just met these 2 other dogs for the first time today, and he's been wonderful with them.
Aww.
There's no aggression. He's the sweetest. But
And
of course,
loves
because he's
treats.
big and, yeah, of course he
loves
does.
the
With a name like
treats.
Cookie, how could you not? But, he's strong, so he needs somebody, so little kids would not be good. Maybe if there's teenagers in the home, it would be okay, but yep.
I love it. And I'm sure he now, with being in a foster care, he's able to go on walks. I'm sure he loves just getting outside and enjoying the outdoors the way he was intended to be able to enjoy the outdoors.
I think he likes the camera.
I think he does. I think you're
look
our
and say, you think
star.
you're handsome?
You
think
are a
you're handsome?
So now, moving forward, if he were to be adopted, then does he need any particular care, specific care, or is he?
No, he's all up to date on his shots.
I
He's
think
neutered. He's potty trained. He's good to go.
And look at his little tail wagging.
Yeah.
He's so happy. How long has it been since he was in that situation?
He was 2 years in that situation, but he was 2 years with 8 years in that situation, but 2 years with another rescue group. Like you could even see on his face all the marks. That's when he was trying to get out on a fence and to get outside. So that's nothing that, yeah.
I
So
can
you
see that where he's
you can see all the
missing
pot marks and
fur.
stuff trying to escape, and he couldn't escape.
If that doesn't hurt your heart.
Yeah.
So he's been there 8 years. So he's at least, is he 10 years old or so?
Yes, yeah.
All right, so you're 10 years old. I know. I'm going to have to get you treats. So he's considered
A senior.
a senior dog.
He's a senior. Once they're 7, they're a senior.
But
he's,
to be able to give him the second half of his life, a
Yeah.
better life, there's just nothing better. So
and he's just so sweet. When somebody's been through, that's the amazing things about animals, and sometimes people too, that they've gone through so much hardship, but they still love. They're still good. Like, if anything, he should have given up on life after living like that for 8 years. But he did. He's wonderful. He's a sweetie pie,
such an
right?
angel. And thank you for coming in.
thank
We're
you for
gonna
your
get
kisses.
you into a good home. And again, great with other dogs, wants to be active. And if you have older kids, that'd be perfect for him. So we're going to get you a home. I'm telling you right now, Cookie, we're going to get you some cookies and a new home, okay? And we're going to meet some of your friends when we come back. Sound good?
All right.
Okay. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Tundra, who is is she straight husky? She looks small.
She could be a Pomsky, which is
Okay.
a Pomeranian husky, or she could just be a small husky. Either way.
But for a husky, man, does she seem really calm.
She's very, very calm. She was a puppy mill breeding dog, so normally at the beginning, whoever adopts her will have to be patient because they love being with other dogs. In fact, she loves going to daycare now, but this was another dog who never ever knew anything. She didn't know what it was like to step on grass. She didn't know what a toy was. But now she goes to daycare and she loves other dogs.
How long was she? How old is she now?
She's 6.
She's 6,
And we
so
just
the
got her
majority of her life she was in
A puppy mill breeding
mill.
mama. Yeah. Yeah.
She and she is more timid, but she's sweet.
Oh, she's so sweet.
She's very sweet. I know she's got the tail between her legs.
Yes.
She's definitely shy right now,
Yes.
but
you're a
she
good
is
girl.
ready for. Now, again, huskies can be mischievous. We know they can,
Yes.
but she doesn't seem like that exploratory type that's going to go and cause problems.
Should I tell a secret about you?
Oh, please,
What your
let's hear the
foster mom said?
What did your
You
foster mom
took your toy outside and buried it in the snow, but then you had to bring your foster mommy outside to see what you buried.
So she told on herself.
Yes,
and
you
she
had to
showed, so
show.
you weren't being bad. You were just saying,
said,
"Hey, look what I
"Yeah."
did." She's smart.
Yeah. Oh, huskies
Smart
are
girl.
normally really smart. When she gets settled in, granted she's going to be a senior soon too, but she will at least get more active. They like exercise. That's why she probably loves daycare, you know, and they're just great dogs.
So how are you able to get dogs that have been in these puppy mill situations?
A lot of times either the puppy mill owners will reach out to us. Sometimes the vets in the area will reach out to us. It's a combination of different factors. You know, it's really to get the trust of the puppy mill owners. And luckily, a lot of our volunteers have gained that trust. So
That's
they'll even
wonderful.
call and say, hey, we've got these dogs that can no
That's
longer
wonderful.
breed.
And because we don't even need to say, when a dog can't be bred anymore and they're of no use,
Right.
unfortunately, I don't think they have a lifespan after
Right.
that. And so what you're able to do and give these dogs a new lease on life, a different outlook on life. And again, I mean, she's had not even relearn, she's had to learn how to do everything.
How to be a dog.
So how will she be in a home? Could she deal with kids? I mean, she seems so sweet, but I don't know
they
if she's
said
timid.
she
or-
would be good with kids. In fact, we always say there's a 3-3-3 rule, or a time frame, I should say. 3 weeks to let them get settled, 3 weeks to let them show you a little bit about their personality and feel secure, and then another 3 weeks, and then you know who you got.
I love it. And she's doing really well with her volunteer that she's been so sweet. It seems like she loves that attention now. She feels that safety almost from the people who are around her now, a safety that she clearly didn't have before.
I just met her for the first time today, and she was leery of me at the beginning, but once she knew she could trust me, you know, she's fine. So it just takes time.
She's an
and
absolute
patience.
and patience, and I love your story. So clearly, she loves to play, and she'll get in that backyard and have a little bit of fun. Go on walks, and again, 6 years old, so she's reaching that almost senior mark, but.
Yep.
It still has a lot of great years left in her to be
course,
able to enjoy with you and your family. I
Right,
can't thank you enough for coming in,
Okay,
Tundra.
Tundra.
Thank you so much. We're going to go meet your other friend that's in there right now, and we're going to
Okay.
take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We have Goldie with us right now, and she is. I hate seeing that she's gone through as much as she's gone through, but she's timid right now and just a little. She's relaxed, but she was a puppy mill dog.
Right, she was a puppy mill breeding mama. Obviously, she has some medical issues. We've narrowed it down. We've gone through so many different things. That's the one neat thing about our organization too. We've got such great support people. Doggone Crazy works great with us. Like that, if we don't have a foster, they will take the dog in for us and board it and help to train it and stuff until we can get a foster. They've been wonderful to work with. We've got a great group of vets that we work with. We've got Happy Pet. We've got Northview Animal Clinic. We've got MedVet, because she's had lots of medical issues and she's had to see so many different docs to finally figure it out. And now we find out it's obviously something with her thyroid.
Okay.
And she's still having some issues that at times she doesn't want to eat. We've tried different foods with her, and she's going for some additional tests. So at this point, unless somebody wants to continue with us, we will take care of the testing, but we haven't formally put her up for adoption yet. But if somebody's willing to work with her, we will still cover the cost to find out what's going on. But yes, so that she could get, but she's in the same foster home right now as Tundra is.
Oh,
So
our
these
little
two have
friend
bonded.
before-
Oh yeah, when they came into the state, they got dropped off at my location today, and when they got dropped off, you could see that they're bonding already.
It's interesting because that's what they know in situations
Yes.
like that, as other dogs, and they feel them.
Yes.
So they're more comfortable probably with
Yes.
other dogs even than humans.
Yes.
And she's a prime example of, you know, if you can't adopt and you can't foster, but you can contribute money.
Yes.
She, look at where she was and look at where she is now, thanks to what you're doing. So again, those monetary donations in a situation like hers where she's not yet, more than likely not yet ready for an adoption, this is how you're saving lives.
And then not only that, the medical costs to do all this testing, to see specialists, it's so astronomical at this point. So like you said, any little bit helps. Any donations that people want to make, whether it's their time, taking her to the vet. Sometimes we need volunteers to take her to the specialist, donate their money, be a foster, because we always need fosters. The more fosters we get, the more dogs we can take in and we can save. So that's the key, is getting the fosters. And if you are a foster, we supply the food, we supply the medical issue, we pay the medical bills until they're adopted out. So it's of no cost to you to take in a foster.
Well, it's amazing what you're doing. And again, it wouldn't be possible without your help in these scenarios. And speaking of, you mentioned earlier to me that you have some mamas that are going to be giving birth,
Yes.
and they need some foster care right now.
Yes, correct. We haven't taken them yet, so we're in the process. But if anybody has any experience and is willing to take in a pregnant mama and is going to have babies and stuff and be a foster, we would so appreciate it, because it's different than regular fostering. It's a special person that can do it, and especially if they had experience doing it. So if anybody has experience, please, please, please come and help us.
I love. Now, how would she fare in certain homes? Like like an elderly couple, I could see her being great with them.
I could see
with
even
kids.
her
Could
with
she
the
do with
little
I mean, like
kids.
she'd
She'd
be
probably
so sweet.
good. Yeah, she'd
And
probably
I'm
be
sure
good.
it's just, again, it's going to take. You said that the three-step
Right.
process,
3
right?
weeks.
So
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
and to be able to see her like this right now, I know she's definitely calm and a little timid, but I'm sure that her personality will really start coming through when she feels comfortable and safe.
But they're all so sweet. It's like they know that they've been rescued. They know.
I just admire you, the work that you all do there, because these angels so desperately need it, and without you, they wouldn't be here and they wouldn't be able to get that second chance at life. Her little eyes, I know she's turned away from the camera.
Look at you, you shy.
Can we just let you say goodbye one more time? And I want to
Okay,
remind
come on.
everyone,
Come
you
on,
do
go
events
say hi.
all year long to raise
Yes,
money.
yes.
So if you go to their website, which we have up on the bottom of the screen, you go to their website, you can see what they're doing, when they're doing it, how you can support them, how you can become a volunteer or a foster as well, and just keep up the amazing work that they are doing to get these animals out of these poor conditions and into the best conditions of their lives.
Thank you so much
Pam,
for having
you are a
us.
sweetheart.
Nah,
Thank you for
no,
coming
Goldie
in.
is.
Goldie. Want to say goodbye? I don't want to turn you, baby girl, but want to say goodbye one more time and tell everybody, we'll see you on the next Rescue Me, right? I'm Natalie Hervik. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us.